Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome to part 7.1 of the running retrospective. You know, before I go into Merced, I want to talk about some people that Merced had to hear nonstop about. And now that I've talked about kind of like a lot of the history of some of these people, I'm now kind of like want to show them all in full support. And very luckily, I have these slideshows that I made. Why did I make these? It was to showcase these people to other people and like share memories with my Nana and Papa and my little respective. Well, what's good about this is that this spreadsheet, this slideshow I've been working on since 2021. It showcases all the King City boys with their achievements at King City and Hartnell respectively. I'm not going to talk about too much about their times or the experiences. I'm just going to kind of do everything as a bulleted list, but I want everyone to see like the full picture. The main reason I'm showing this is to show the gallery at the end. If you guys want to hear more about the memories that went into these, like all the team wins that I'm about to talk about, if you want to see those, watch the previous running retrospective videos. But otherwise, this video is all about the King City boys and how we were a bunch of high school teammates that ran together in high school and then regrouped at the collegiate level to kick butt. I should not have added that at the JUCO level, but excuse me, it's all good. With that, let's start presenting. So our group was these five guys: Danny, Lemon, Ricky, myself, and Mario. These two were class of 2020. He was 2019, and then Mario and I were class of 21. So we all were King City High School Mustangs, and then we were all five Hartnell Community College Panthers. The best part is we've all got to run together. So we all managed to just run together after high school, and at both levels, we all kicked butt as a team. Let's now hear all about that. So, what did we all accomplish in high school individually and as a team, and why did I really should have read this, because that literally says, and as a team, in parentheses, high school, and then I literally put what we all accomplished in high school. Oh well, sometimes I think I gotta screw some memory. Oh well, it's part of it. So our main accomplishments in 2018 were winning league and winning section, and our section was Central Coast section. Managed to take first place as a team, first place for the first ever PCAL League champs. If you look at it, you'll see there's like Mission, Gavilon, whatever. I will tell you this though, if you also look at all the times, ours were the fastest times across the whole board, even with the Mission, Gavilon, St. Lucia, Cyprus leagues within the PCAL League. So anyway, main team accomplishments were those. Then we also had numerous other running feats. We managed to take first place at 3 different invitationals: Chiefs and Spirit Classic, Jackie Henderson, and Monterey Bay Invite. And then we were also first in all our league center meets. The only time we were something other than gold was when we took third place in a Division I race, which was at Mount Sac, which is right here. We took second at the Stanford Invite, which is right here. And then, which it isn't pictured here, but pictured later, we were fourth at CIF State. Only we were not top 3 that season. But other than that, legendary year for just that team, but also in the entire history of King City High School. In 2019, while it's easy to overlook 2019 because of 2018, 2018 though, still a goated team. But like 2018, we managed to be CCS champs again, and then we were also back-to-back PCAL League champs. There's 2 photos, because this photo is too good to pass up. A bunch of wild Mustangs. We look like we just went through the war. And then this is just a photo with our coaches and the winning trophy. But yeah, our main team accomplishments for that. And then, like I said, it's easy to overlook because of 2018, but 2019, we still managed to take a first place at an invite, which was the Gilroy Mustang Invitational, which is this invite, which is this photo right here. We took first in all the league center meets once again. And then at Jackie Henderson, in fairness, it was a lot bigger in 2019 than it was in 2018. But we took 4th place. We took top 3 again at Monterey Bay Invite, but we were 2nd place. And then we took 5th at CIF State. But we did have a fast average. So the times go to 2019, but the dubs go to 2018. Either way. Oh, wait, whoops. Let me just go through. Either way, 2018, 2019, two phenomenal seasons for King State High School cross country. But I just point out this Gilbert Mustang invite. This is the 2019 Mount Sac invite. That's Angel, Oscar, Mario, and Peter. If you want to hear more about all these meets and such, go to the running retrospective. This photo here, one of the only times you'll ever see me next to Pamela in a race. I believe this is PCal Center meet number 3. Either way, we all ran together and won together. I have all the times listed. I'm mostly only going to talk about the achievements rather than the times, though. The only times I'll probably talk about are mine. But Danny, he helped us obtain all our team success in 2018. And you know, guys, before I was the vlogger and the guy who wrote like a lot of the newspapers, Danny actually was in King State High School journalism. He actually made sure we had a lot of our clips from races posted on Instagram, wrote a lot of articles. And he's the one that famously wrote like King City was top 3, was top 3 in every race except CIF, but here's what we still did. Heck of a season for the KCHS Mustangs. And I will give you credit, Danny, however much you make fun, you were the original reporter before I was. But anyways, helped us to obtain all our successes 2018. He was an all-league runner for 2018 XC, and then he was a CCS competitor for both cross country and track and field. Bemon, who like his brother was the golden child of Hartnell and King City, and deservedly so, by the way. You know, Capitan, I'll always respect you. Anyway, but he was double all league. He was also the MVP in 2018 XC. He was all CCS, and he was the lead state runner actually for our cross country team in 1819. And then Boot, he was also CCS competitor for both track and field and cross. And then in 2020 when he graduated, he was also athlete. So great guy, great runner, and heck of an accomplishment. Ricky, he also helped lead the teams in 2018-19, just like Bemon. He really was more of a leader in 2019, I'd say, than 18, but either way, helped contribute to a lot of our success. He was double all league like Bemon and all CCS. And he ran CCS for track and field and cross country as well. So that's Ricky. Mario, who is the only one of the 5 of us to be not only double all league, but also double all CCS. He was the MVP for 2019 due to some of Bemon's injuries. Mario was the top dog that season. And then also like the other guys, he ran CCS for both cross country and track and field. Mario's one of my closest friends. Really proud, really honored that I got to run with him all those years. But he managed to make quite a name for himself in cross country back in high school. But yeah, that's Mario. Then there was me. What you got? I was the top frost-off runner in 18, and I was alternate varsity in 18 and 17. And then I was varsity all season 2019, but then I got tendonitis, which is why I did not run CCS and state. Luckily, did get that league title. And I was not all league whatsoever, and I was not all CCS. I never ran a single CCS race in cross country, but I did run one CCS meet for track and field, which was my senior year in 2021 alongside Mario. But then of the guys, the only thing I do have with them, I am the academic. I got the Scholar Athlete Award back in 2021. So yeah, I was Mr. 437, 1033, and like the rest of the guys, rest me so much more. So those are the KC boys of what we did as a team and what we did individually. But now, collegiate running Hartnell, that's where it got good. As I remember making this slide so vividly, and I remember I was like, how can I state the greatness of this? And then I just came up with this saying: the legacy of those 2018-2019 teams didn't end in high school. In fact, it was only just the beginning, where we reunited. This photo here is a very special photo for me. I don't know why. I'm kind of a little mad that my last name was so much later than everyone else. That's why I'm 41, while they're all somehow in order. Correa, Diaz, Denise, Avila. But then me being Riley, I got shafted to the end. Anyways, Tour Quest, wonderful day. If you guys want to see that, go to the running retrospective. Previous running retrospective videos. Then this is NorCal. Ricky and I ran Overflow that day. These guys ran the actual NorCal race. I think that's one of the first photos I ever saw of him, like, really smiling like that. Anyways, that's KC Boys. As I said, I remember my caption was back in white. But anyways, one very, very special aspect of Hartnell is that we got to run the same high school courses. So here's Mount Sacken High School, okay? There's the Mount Sacken I was talking about. And then that course was 2.93. Then we got to run the 4-mile version at Hartnell. It's really sick. We got to run the 2.95 version of Crystal Springs. Oh, and then we got to run the 4.196 version in college. They did not get to run the high school version. But other than that, all of us ran Crystal Springs. Now, I just gave Danny a hard time for not running Crystal Springs. I never got to run Woodward Park. But I did run the 4-mile version, just not the 5K version. But Woodward Park 5K, and then Woodward Park 4-mile. Should have updated this a little while. And then the crown jewel of Toro Park. Here's Toro Park back in 2018. I should have probably put 2019 as well, but I guess I didn't. But then, Kavanaugh, he actually came and saw us at our races. We came to this race, this was conference of 2021, and then, the 2022 Toro Park invite. I should have also put that photo, but Kavanaugh, he's this guy right here and then right here. W Coach for coming out and supporting us. But yeah, now we did that's a little throwback to high school. But now I'm going to talk about the times and achievements of each of us. Unlike high school, I don't list quite all the invites. If you want to hear them all, go to the retrospective videos. 2021 won every single race except for state, which was 3rd place. 2022 we won a few invites: Toro Park, Crystal Springs. I can't remember if we won another, and then conference, NorCal, yada yada. If you want to see all that, go to the previous videos. I didn't quite listen though, like I did in high school. For some reason, they just didn't stick as much as they did in high school. College was just mainly about other things. But anyways, college times and achievements for the of us. So Danny, he managed to go from one-time All-League in high school to double All-Conference. He went from being not contending for an All-CCS title to being All-NorCal. And then he went from being like whatever place he was at state, not even close to top 10, to then being all-state in JUCO. Excuse me. And then, for team stats, he was part of the 2021 XC Conference and NorCal team wins, part of the fastest ever state team for Hartnell Community College. So Danny managed to make quite a big jump from high school. So that's Danny. Bemon continued his streak from high school all the way to college. So he went from double All-League to double All-Conference, one-time All-CCS to double All-NorCal. Then he went from not placing, I think he was like top 20 in state back in high school, to then being top 20 for being All-State in JUCO, but then also jumping to even top 10 to be All-American. Track, he was, Pemon was for sure All-League in track and field in high school. I think Ricky and Danny were as well. For sure Pemon. I can't remember about Danny and Ricky, but for sure Pemon. I kind of don't know the stats. I was kind of confused on what constituted All-League in track and field in high school. But anyways, in track and field, Pemon was 8-time All-Conference, 5-time All-NorCal, double All-State, then All-American, where he, like his brother, managed to win the 1500 meter state title in JUCO. His brother won like 2017, then he won 23. Anyways, then for team stats, he was part of the back-to-back cross-country conference and NorCal team wins in 21-22, and then part of the 3rd and 4th place state place teams for cross-country, part of the back-to-back track and field conference team wins, and then also part of the 2023 track and field NorCal team. So Pemon led us all in high school, helped lead us all in college. Ricky, same boat. Ricky managed to be all conference, which is equivalent to his all league in high school. He would have for sure been double all conference had it not been for this terrible pine cone. I don't know if you'd be too happy with me telling the story, which is all the more reason for me to tell it. He was running with us, and he just stepped on a pine cone and rolled his ankle and kind of twisted it. So it unfortunately didn't take out his season, but he was not able to compete at conference, and they had to run overflow at NorCal. But he then got to run state, where he got to be a part of that third place state team. So I think it worked out for him. But he unfortunately for that reason was unable to be all NorCal that season or all conference. But he managed to get all conference in 2022 with us. But anyways, for team stats, now one thing about me, the way I list these, you'll notice he's not on the 20. I didn't put 2021. He was there. The way I did these was I just simply put the team dubs that you were part of, provided you ran the race. Okay, so in his case, since he didn't run 2021 like just as a competitor, I just didn't put that. I'm the same way with myself. Like that's why, like whenever I made a document of all the wins we were part of, I did not. The only thing I put from high school was that I was part of that. 2020. 2019 league win. But what you call it? It's what can you do? But anyways, that's why I do that. I try to be very, what's the word? Objective and all this. And one thing, by the way, I forgot to mention his track. Very solid tracker. 7-time all conference, 4-time all NorCal, and he successfully secured all state in the 10K in 2023. Now back to team stats. Part of that conference and NorCal, part of the conference and NorCal team wins for cross country in 2022. He was part of those 3rd and 4th place state XC teams, just like Bema. In fact, I believe Bema and Ricky are the only ones to run the 2018, 2019, and 2021 and 2022 state teams. So, a little dynamic duo there. And then he was part of the back-to-back conference track and field team dubs. And then also part of that 2023 track and field NorCal team. So, managed to do a lot. Mario managed to do a lot too. He built on his all-league with all-conference, and then he managed to replicate his double all-CCS with all-NorCal, and then he managed to extend it in track. He was never all-section or all-league in track. He managed to become all-conference and all-NorCal. For team stats, he was part of that all the successes of 2021. Unfortunately, due to some personal reasons, he couldn't compete in 2022, but he managed to come back in 2023, where he was a part of the conference title win for 2023, as well as our NorCal team runner. And then he went to compete in 2023 cross country and 2024 track and field, where in cross they managed to take a NorCal runner-up title to be a part of to be a top 3 team. And then he later got to run track, where he got the conference and NorCal 10K, and then even qualified to stay in the 10K to be a triple state competitor at JUCO. So, Mustang and Panther proud of you, Mario. Then there was me, and I'm going to unanimously give myself the title of most improved runner, just because of the times, but also because of the team wins. You know, I managed to go from a guy who never got all league, not even came close to it, to be double all conference. I managed to continue my streak of being a scholar athlete by being scholar athlete of the year at King City High School, being double all-state academic team. So that's my quote-unquote only all-state title from JUCO. In track, I was never all-conference. I managed to not be a part of the top 5 medalists for any event my 2 years there. You can watch previous years. I just managed to butcher it every year. But I managed to contribute points to each of the team does. But I was double all NorCal, and for someone who's never all CCS in high school for track and field or cross, I didn't even get to CCS finals for track and field. It felt pretty good to be double all NorCal. I felt really like managed to rise up the ranks. As for team stats, I was a part of the back-to-back conference team wins for cross country. I went from never running a CCS meet in high school to running NorCal, where we even took the dub in 2022. I was a guy who never ran state in high school and became 4th place state, even though and was part of that 4th place state squad, even though I was the lamest 7th runner they ever had. My bad on that, guys. And then I got set with the Woodward Park course of 22:35. Guess I had a brain block. Anyways, but then my favorite dubs came from the back-to-back track and field conference wins. I like the conference wins more of cross country more, but the 2023 track and field NorCal team runner-up, that was just such a good day to be there. So, all in all, gotta be a part of some really, really great team wins and just a lot of individual success. And now, I initially was going to show like a whole ranking of all our times. I decided not to do that. You guys all saw the time, so you know who's fast, who got faster, and who managed to show some people up. But we're not going to show that. So we're going to show the gallery, which is my favorite part of this slideshow. So gallery of the King City boys at Hartnell. So KC boys were Danny, Fallon, Ricky, Mario, and myself. Here's all of us in high school. The Stanford Invite was the only race where all 5 of us were racing varsity at the same time. So all 5 of us were varsity at one point or another in high school. Then we all managed to become varsity runners at JC. And if you've been watching the previous videos, you'll see the parallels, the hilarious coincidences. But in high school, we were back-to-back league champs, and then in college, we were back-to-back conference champs, which is the league equivalent of high school. So, part of all that. And then we got to win Division 4 CCS in high school in 18-19. Then 21-22, we won the sectional equivalent, which was regionals, which is NorCal for Hartnell. Managed to win those back-to-back. Fun fact, I was the only one in all 4 of these photos. But anyways, yeah, we gotta be a part of that. And then Woodward Park, 2018, 2019, 2021, 2022. 2018 and 2021 managed to be a certain place, and then the next year we managed to be 1 place lower for some reason. But we all managed to run Woodward Park and place top 5 every year for high school and JUCO. So that's Woodward Park for high school and JUCO. Then just some courses. This is Mount Sac. Fun fact, actually, this collage right here is actually the very first collage I made of all these King City to Hartnell collages. So this one holds a special one in my heart. But yeah, we managed to run the 2.93 to 4 miles I talked about in the beginning. Crystal Springs. We ran there back in high school for section, some random center meet. I think it was Argonne Center meet number 1. We ran there in 2021 for the Crystal Springs invite. And then we ran there in 2022. These photos are both from conference. So Ricky, Bemon, and I. And then shout out to Danny for coming out and supporting us, where we all 3 got all conference and then took our 2nd consecutive conference dub. And then fun little fact, during 2022 cross country and 2023 track and field, Bemon, Ricky, and I did manage to become, or maybe I'm the only one who thinks this. I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, yeah, Josh still calls us the KC trio, but 2022 we were the only 3 KC boys on the team at that time, so we all 3 got all conference in cross country and we're part of those wins. And then in track and field, we all 3 got all NorCal, where Bemon was actually NorCal champ for 2023 track and field. Ricky was 3rd, I was 6th, and then, I'm not going to go too much today. If you want to see more about that, watch the previous videos. And then this is us in high school. This photo right here, so these are our 1600 meter times, and these are our 1500 meter times compared. Bemon was 351 point whatever, Ricky was 357, and I was 405. I went off the conversion, just at 17 seconds flat. But if you ever wonder why I say I'm the most improved, it was 437 down to 422. Just saying. Anyways. But yeah, after it was all said and done, we ended up going our separate ways. Bemon went to Western Colorado, where he's still at. Ricky went to Colorado, Mesa, then for reasons ended up not finishing there, but he's actually going to be going back to Colorado to compete at CSU Pueblo. Danny will be graduating from University of St. Mary this fall, but he enjoyed 4 seasons of competition. And then I went to UC Merced, which will be in the next few videos. But yeah, Danny and I went NAIA while Bell and Ricky went D2. So that was 2023. And then since Mario, like I said, had an extra year after us, he finished his academics at an athletic career in 2024, and then decided to commit to Cal State East Bay. And we're excited to see what he does. Mario has yet to run there, but we'll see what happens in time. But whatever happens, I'm proud of the running career that he, Danny, Ricky, and Bell have done. So still proud of you and gonna see what you do. But otherwise, that's a very quick summary of the King City Boys. Let's see what the future holds for us. I'll probably do a future video of us sometime. We were a really special squad. Really thankful for all four of these guys. So thanks, guys. Otherwise, that's the KC Boys of Danny, Emma, Ricky, Mario, and myself. So thank you all for watching, and hope you enjoy the other videos.